Well, Ian Murray is Labour's Shadow Secretary of State for Scotland and a member of Keir Starmer's Shadow Cabinet. He's with us now from Liverpool. Thanks for joining us this evening on The Nine, Mr Murray.
My pleasure.
How did Keir Starmer's speech go down in the Hall today?
Well, it went down very well, and I think what people watched in the Hall, but also at home on television, was a Prime Minister in waiting, answers to the big questions, big policy announcements, which is what people were looking forward to, a little bit of Keir's own story and background, a critique of how bad this Conservative government is, and a real challenge to say that the Labour Party is back, we're ready for government, and we're ready to take on the challenge of the big issues of the country.
One of the big headlines was this pledge to set up a publicly owned green energy company within a year if he's elected. That's a huge and no doubt expensive undertaking, though. Has that idea been properly planned out and costed?
Well, absolutely, because if you look at the way the energy sector is in the UK at the moment, we generate a lot of electricity, people pay their bills, and the profits from that go to the French or go to the Swedish to fund their public services. And what Keir was setting out today was a radical green industrial revolution that means that we can generate our own secure, safe and cheaper electricity in this country and generate our own energy, and the profits from that go into the public purse rather than going into the pockets of foreign public purses.
What about when there's no profits, though? That was one of the reasons why the Scottish Government had to abandon this idea. Because of fluctuating wholesale prices, you're not always going to be making money. So is that a cost that this Labour government would have to pick up?
Well, look, this would be homegrown generation. This is about wind, it's about tidal, it's about solar, it's about unleashing that potential. And Keir also set out alongside the Great British Energy Company a radical platform of quadrupling offshore wind, trebling onshore wind, allowing solar to happen, which has been a ban on from this Conservative government. So unleashing that potential. And if you unleash that potential, then the benefits of that should go to the British people. So it's British electricity, British energy, British profit for British people, and I think that's the message that people in the country would want to hear.
Why not go the full way and nationalise the whole thing?
Well, that's really difficult to do because it's incredibly expensive. So rather than doing that, what the Keir Starmer Prime Minister would do is they would say, look, if we're going to invest public money in renewable energy projects or like carbon capture and storage, which was a big announcement yesterday on the Scottish Acorn project, if we're going to do it on onshore and offshore wind, then the government and the people should take a stake in that so we can compete in terms of energy generation. We won't be selling energy as a government to the public, but we'll be generating it, and that generation then can be concentrated, and because government's behind it, there's a route to market for all the private providers there as well. So it's a real bonanza and boom for the renewable energy market, which is not only required for the cost of living crisis, but is required for secure energy and to get away from oligarchs like Putin and relying on foreign investors, but also foreign suppliers of energy.
Sir Keir also said today that Labour wouldn't do a deal with the SNP under any circumstances. Why not, if you are both so against this current Tory government in particular?
Well, this isn't a new thing that Keir's said, but I'm glad people have now noticed. We've been saying for a long time now we wouldn't do a deal with the SNP for a number of reasons. The first one is mathematically wouldn't be required. We're looking to win a majority, and the polls that were out yesterday giving us a 17-point lead.
What if you don't? Would you prefer a minority Tory government then? Would you be willing to allow that to happen instead?
No, we would have a minority Labour government, and we would challenge the SNP to bring that minority Labour government down and bring back a rotten, corrupt Conservative government. They're not going to do that. We won't do deals with a party that wants to break up the United Kingdom. We'll have our own platform and manifesto to stand on, and Keir Starmer laid out today some of those ambitious policies that we'll want to deliver. We're right to rule out deals with anyone, including the SNP, going into an election and coming out of an election, because we're there to win every single vote, to win a Keir Starmer Prime Ministership and to win a UK Labour government.
So what did he mean when he said country first, party second then?
Because we have a system at the moment whereby the parties have put themselves first. There is no doubt that the country comes second in terms of this Conservative government. Look at the mini-budget on Friday, where their ideology for their party and to talk to party members, they've given tax cuts to the richest, paid for by those who are least well off, and that's not going to happen with a UK Labour government. We will be putting the country first, doing everything in the national interest to benefit everyone in the country rather than party interest, and that's a divergence of what we've seen before with these 12 years of Conservative government. I think it's a refreshing thing to do.
One last question. Rupa Huq, the Labour MP, has had to apologise for comments she made about Kwasi Kwarteng today. She's been suspended. What do you think the outcome of this is going to be? Do you think she could ultimately be expelled from the party?
Party whip processes is something that we don't comment on, but it's right that she's been suspended. What she said was wrong. We shouldn't be getting involved in those kinds of comments, particularly in terms of the racist undertones of which Rupa Huq made those comments. She's rightly been suspended. It was done swiftly, and we'll now let the disciplinary process of the Labour Party take forward. But look, today's got to be about government in waiting, a Keir Starmer premiership that will deliver for every corner of this country, and crucially will be about not just us trying to persuade Scotland to stay in the United Kingdom, but given a Britain where Scotland will want to be part of it.
Ian Murray, thanks for joining us tonight.